the bell.
I think they do it for every round.
Okay. Here we have the game between Fabi and Hikaru.
I have a bird's eye view, and there's 3 F4s.
3 F4s.
That's the first move.
Okay, so, and that makes a lot of sense. How are you going to develop the bishop on G1? That's the problem piece. F4.
He has chosen E4 and the second move F3. Which is strange start, right, for us?
Yeah, I can imagine he wants to play a D4. If he could play D4, then this bishop on G1 would be happy to coming into the game. For me, I would probably play knight C6.
Hikaru played F5.
F5.
Very aggressive.
F5.
So now if you play D4, the pawn's just hanging on E4, right?
Yes, but okay, so if I take, I'm assuming you want to take with the rook?
Maybe D5 to get the center.
Whoa, so you're going to leave the
You're just going to play G4, right?
Yeah, G4, knight G3. I'm assuming he wants to take rook takes. Then I was thinking D4, trying to exploit, however momentarily, the pin on the file. Knight C6.
Sure.
Okay. Knight C6, knight G3.
Rook drops back to F8.
Rook drops back to F8. Now here I pause. Don't see anything better.
I'm still thinking up to F5.
F5. That was a surprise move.
Can you play knight G3?
Yeah, knight G3 takes. I'm assuming F4
knight
is
F5.
just not good. Yeah, just not good. Takes. I'm assuming takes. It's pretty even, Steven. I'm trying to imagine a Joko piano. How do I get to a Joko piano position after C3 and Bishop C2? We'll keep that in mind. Maurice, I'm going to turn it over to you. Some unusual approaches?
moves.
Forcibly remind me.
The first time you play the queen away, rook b8.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hang my bishop, yeah.
And attack the bishop.
He's played queen to b2. Interesting.
Knight h6.
Once
queen
knight
to
d6.
b2. Once knight takes d6 is the threat.
Yeah.
So let me get this straight. Hikaru's lost on the queen side, lost on the king side, and worse in the center. Other than that,
Is it his move?
knight takes d6 is the threat. Hikaru has to answer to knight takes d6. What can he do?
There's no move. He has to bring his knight back to guard that. He just has to bring his knight back to guard it. He cannot let this happen because the entire queen side will fall apart.
Agreed.
So he has to bring the knight back to guard it. His position is completely lost. Bobby's down to 447 though, and he's at 612. So he's just hoping he can play a couple of moves. What to do though about this big move, knight d6? He must bring his knight back. We see it on the board at the moment. That's your move, right? Yes.
But at the board, Hikaru has not moved his knight.
He does not want to move his knight. He didn't put his knight on h6 to bring it back to f7. He's looking for an alternative, but there is none.
Maybe he's considering to sacrifice his queen, go bishop g4. Hope for the f and g to create some counterplay.
That is definitely a thought.
But white's pawn on c6.
You're dead lost, but it's definitely one of those things you have to think about as his time now approaches Fabi's, and we're seeing a massive result here. And here we go. Hikaru's about to move, and he's played the solid bishop back to c7.
That's solid.
Yeah. But the only problem with that move is it concedes the a7 square. Every time you make a move, there's a drawback. And that drawback is the a7 square. Knight to a7 looks like a bishop.
Ask a pertinent question.
Played in queen e7 now after knight e7.
Immediately, queen e7. What? Queen e7.
That's a piece.
Knight c8?
Knight c8's a piece.
Yeah.
Or rook c8, I don't think it makes a difference.
I don't either.
And then the white queen will land on b7. And by the way, the g4 pawn is no longer hanging at all, ever.
Right.
So you're just simply down a piece with no play.
Agreed.
He's moving through inertia right now.
Yeah. Queen b7, just as you
Yeah,
described
knight
it.
comes back to a7, b5, and that's just getting...
Yeah. By the way, that transiting through the knight to the b5 square has been a beauty.
Yeah, we're going to see resignation in a couple of moves.
Okay, sorry.
You have knight g8 and bishop a5 on the board.
Knight b5 threatens c7, and that was a master class, but demolition by Fabi against his closest rival. That wasn't close at all. And knight c6, by the way, an incredible move after Fabi had put the knight on c6. He just couldn't tolerate it there.
Yeah.
And by taking it, I mean, that was just a disastrous.
Exactly. Where would you like
Let's
to
go
take
to
this?
Gary.